Welcome to our QR video sequence. I am the owner here and one of the lead developers of this product. Hopefully we're going to teach you a little bit about building with a woody log building system. We appreciate you watching, and hopefully you're going to learn something about building your dream log cabin. Now the sequence is we're going to start installing our timber rafters. These are 3x12. They've all been slotted out for the closure boards. That's the eave closure board. So when this stands up, I'll show you, we're going to have a space in here that needs to get closed. That's called the eave closure board. Also, this is squared out and it'll sit, there's a plate on top here that we'll show you in another shot that this locks into. Now, as we're doing this, the easiest tip is to put your closure boards in at that time. Now this is angled, so that angle follows the angle of your roof boards. So this will get reversed, and when you see, I'll slide it in this closure board, and that helps align the rafter and also lock it in. So the guys, what's going to happen is the guys are going to lift a rafter up on this side, they'll lift the rafter on the other side, and where those rafters intersect at the ridge, it'll stay stationary because they're locked in on either side. And in a triangle, if the sides can't move, the top can't move. So go ahead, Al, and I'll give you a hand kind of positioning this on this end. So this is just going to tip up and sit right in my groove here. The other rafter is mating on the other side. Now I will move this back and forth a little bit. Now it can't go anyplace, okay? It won't fall because it's locked in. Now we got to make sure the building doesn't spread, and that we do by keeping these posts plumb. Remember we talked about in and out, so we want them plumb so they can't spread until I get this put together. So right now this is called the outside closure board. It's all set up to set in the slots of the rafters and drop into place. Now, what I did there is I put it in backward because the angle didn't mate. So all I got to do is turn it around. Again, slide it in this precision slot. That will drop down. And what we want to do when we get this down is just tap it into place and have it sit just above the rafter portion, because when the board goes over there, it makes it a little bit easier. So I will take this, I got it a little bit away, gonna knock it down into place. And again, we talked about getting these top plates in place. It's critical that we get those in the right spot, because that makes this so much easier. So we're all set, guys. What we're gonna do now is put a timber screw in the ridge, and that will hold the ridge together. Sometimes a clamp up there, and the instructions will show you actually putting a squeeze clamp there to hold that together as you're screwing it, and that helps put that in. That helps hold that thing flush, because that's what we're trying to do. These screws he's putting in, they're not structural. All they're doing is holding the rafter flush with each other. So once they have that board over there has got to go out over the post. Just knock it over. There you go. Okay, now is what Al is going to do is stabilize this. This is called a stay-lat. That's that 2x4 that goes across the top. We anchored it into the gable. Now remember, when we put the gable up, I indicated it's real important to get a good bracing on that, because that is what's holding this roof rafter stable. So they're going to shoot that in, and then this rafter is safe. It won't move. What they've done on that layout, on the stay-lat, they've laid that out so that these rafters are 56 inches on center. Center to center, 56 inches. Remember, we use that dimension all the time, 56, 56, 56. So we're centered 56 to 56 here. Up here will be 56, 56 too. That means the whole building is parallel. So about that simple, we put a set of timber rafters up. Now, typically, right now we're working on our loft platform. That's kind of why I talked about putting the loft up first. It gives you a work platform. When we put the other rafters up, we'll do the same thing, but we will span the outside wall to the loft with a plank, a walk plank. You can do it on a tall ladder, but this is a point where you want to be careful. It's a lot of weight up there. You know, try to be sure that you got enough people and it's safe. We will show also next how we set a rafter up that's pre-built, that's totally built. That's the next one that'll go up. And then that'll pretty well end the rafter segment as to how we set them. So the first one we set, we put just a 2x4 on there to hold it together. The second one we put up individually. The next one we're going to put up, we're going to have that rafter built. Now again, you got to make that decision based on how many people you have on the job giving you a hand. You don't need cranes or anything like that. You just got to kind of think through what's going on, and that's why we're showing you the various ways to do this. Again, our top board will lock these rafters in, so you don't have to worry about it spreading or falling down. Once you hit the ridge, you're all set, can't go anywhere. Then you just shift it to get it straight this way, back and forth, and you're ready to go. So one of the harder parts of the building we've done here in a matter of minutes. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you've been entertained a little bit. Hopefully you've learned a little bit about the woody log building system. The reality is anybody can do it. We've given you a little bit of a helping hand through our QR series and our initiative. If you have any further questions, contact us at the information listed.